G'day YouTube, welcome to Greer's Great Aussie Adventures. I'm Ray, the blind traveller.
I'm Emily, the wife of the blind traveller.
I'm Isabel, the daughter of the blind traveller.
We've been travelling Australia since 2018 now. We've recently decided to share our travels with you guys. So sit back, relax, grab a pen and paper and plan that next holiday. G'day guys, welcome back. We just wanted to do today's video on our cooking gear and give a bit of a review on what we use. We've had a couple of people ask what we cook on, and when they've seen doing our smoking and that, they've asked us to sort of have a chat about our oven. We try to sort of answer most people's questions, and if we can do it in a video to help out other people, then even better. So we'll get straight into it. So we do most of our cooking outside. When we were down south in the cold, we did cook a lot inside, which is just a normal gas stove in the van, so it's nothing special. But outside, we've got the Coleman Hyperflame Gladiator Series. No, Coleman Fyrenight Gladiator. It's got it on the lid.
So
Gladiator.
the Fyrenight Gladiator Series.
That's it there. As far as we're concerned, it's the only gas stove you can use. Gas has got a common misconception of they go out in the wind and they're a nightmare to use, and they are. Like, we've had all the shitty little ones. They are a nightmare, but they're only bad if you've got the wrong one. They do two of these. There's the Cadet and the Gladiator. We've had this in that stronger winds where one of us actually had to hold the stove on the table because it was trying to blow away, and they still don't go out. It's due to, I'll just show you this. This is one of the 3-burner cast iron plates from BCF, and I just welded some angle on the bottom to make it into a hot plate. But
reason for that is sitting the plate directly on
it gets
two
hot spots.
Yeah, and stuff burns despite turning this down nice and low. But with that hot plate,
it holds it up, so you get that nice heat distribution across it.
Yeah.
But the wind is due to the pot plate design. So the pot plate design in these is designed purely so wind can't get in there. And they don't run a 13 PSI normal low gas pressure. They run like 125 PSI, so they got their own regulator on them here. I know we are in the day and age now where everyone's starting to go to those induction cooktops. That's one thing that we'll never do. We have no desire to. Look, they probably work, and they work fine, but the simple fact that the amount of power they use, no matter what battery system you got, you're going to be able to use it for, 10 minutes, that sort of stuff, maybe to sear steaks and fry bits and pieces. But as soon as you want to do like a corned beef or a stew or something that's going to take half an hour to an hour or even more, you're going to drain any battery. Like when you're looking at 80 to 100 amps an hour they pull, so as soon as you want to cook for a long term, they're not going to work, which means you still need to carry a gas stove. So I don't see the point in carrying two things. Carry one thing that does both. And like I said, these are absolutely incredible. We've had friends that use our gas stove because theirs won't light because they've had the inferior little shitty ones. Yeah. But it has never ever gone out, and that's on beaches with 50, 60 kilometre-hour winds, and it's never gone out. Trust me on that. Yeah. So that's the cooktop we use, and as you can see, the top's nice and spread out, so you can put two nice full-size fry pans on there, and they don't interfere with each other. So that's our cooktop. Oven-wise, what's the brand of this thing?
It is the Arrosto.
Arrosto gas oven / smoker. Yeah. So when you buy it, it's actually a 4-rack oven. We just use the 3 because when you put 4 in, it's too close and that sort of thing. This is a tall one. As you can see, it's sort of, it's probably about 1200 high. So it does take up a bit of room. When we got that, there wasn't a lot on the market, so we didn't have really much of a choice, whereas now there is heaps. I'll give you a look at our friend's one in a sec. It's a lot smaller. The reason we went down that route is we do a lot of low and slow smoking, that sort of stuff. Em loves her baking. So it works just like a household oven in that respect. So it'll go down to like 100 degrees. It goes low enough that I can even make jerky in it. And it'll go up to be able to do normal roasts if we want to.
Yeah.
All M's baking, when I make bread, all that sort of stuff. We used to have the little hooded barbecue, which worked well as a barbecue. But when we wanted to have roast, we found we couldn't do the roast meat and the veggies and all that sort of stuff in one go. You had to sort of do one, take it out, keep it warm, do the other. Whereas in that, we can cook 3 racks all in one go. We will, maybe down the track, when the Gladiator shits itself, we might look at going to a Ziggy, for the simple fact that you can have the barbecue plate. They do pot plates for the Ziggy, so you can take them out and put pot plates in. And you can use it as a little oven. That way, if we're just doing like a garlic bread or a couple of party pies, you don't have to fire this whole thing up. We can just use the Ziggy. But that'll be later down the track, and if we do that, you guys will definitely know about it. I'll just give you a look at the other smaller smokers. So this is probably the smallest one I think I've ever seen. Bunnings have got one at present that we're looking at. But so if you can see this one, but it's under hip height. So it's there. Ours was like here. So that's a massive difference. I said Bunnings have got now because ours is, I'd say it's 2 years old. 3.
Yeah, maybe 3.
I'm nearly 3 years old now, and it's sort of the bottom starting to rust out. It is getting time.
But having said that, it is used
every day,
pretty well daily.
Yeah.
They weren't exactly something that was designed to be used daily.
No,
and sometimes multiple times a day.
Yeah.
Like.
So, like I said, we'll maybe look at the Bunnings one. The downfall to that little one I showed you, it's only got one vent. So it makes regulating your heat and everything a lot more finicky. Yeah. Ours has got the 3 vents on it, which is pretty good. The one we're looking at has the 3 on the top and 3 down the bottom, so you can really, really get it hot if you want to. But that's sort of, other than camp oven, which I don't need to show you that. Even when we do corned beef and that sort of stuff, it's camp oven on the stove. If we're doing stews and chili con carnes and that smoked, then that whole camp oven just goes in the smoker. And that's about all we use for cooking. I'll just, actually, while I remember, I'll just tell you a couple of downsides. So the only downside to these stoves, whether it's the Cadet or the Gladiator, is this regulator. So you have to use this regulator. You can't go to one of the others because they are such a high pressure. They don't always stock them, so you always make sure you got a spare. And they are a different hose, because the hose has the fitting on it that you can screw those little gas canisters straight on. That you can keep one in the drawer if you want to, that sort of thing. And the other problem we found is this little catch that's supposed to hold the lid open. It's junk. It doesn't hold the lid open, so if it's really windy, you got to sort of chock the lid open with something. Downfalls to the smoker is when you got those low updrafting winds, it does come up through the bottom there.
Affects the temperature.
And affects the temperatures. But I will be rectifying that by putting some plates around the bottom on hinges, like a door that I can lift up and down. And you probably saw here, we carry a deep fryer. This is just a $30 deep fryer from Kmart. They've normally got the big heater element in them for the 240. Stupidly, we threw ours in the bin. You take that for a sec.
Ray threw it in the bin.
I threw it in the bin. So basically, all it is, that whole middle lifts out, goes straight on the stove, and we can deep fry. We are going to get another one so we can keep the heater element. So when we're on power, we can just
plug it in and
use it. We're not wasting our gas.
Yeah.
But in that we use, what's that stuff called? Super Fry. The solidified fat.
Solidified fats, yeah.
That way we don't have to empty oil out all the time. It's just when it cools off, it goes hard, it goes in the cupboard, nothing spills.
Yeah.
When you want it, then nothing beats the taste of proper fish and chip style chips. So I think that's it.
I think that's it.
That's about all our cooking stuff. As for cooking prep, Em used to have the little egg beater thing.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I'm not
you know
sure
the thing?
what this is.
The egg beaters, Em used to have one of them, but We recently found, which you won't see till her next cooking video, we recently found that Harvey Norman have a little mix master. It's quite small and the top's detachable, so it's a mix master slash hand mixer as well. So you'll see that.
Nice and lightweight.
Really light, stainless bowl, not glass. Takes up bugger all room, and you'll see that.
Several beater attachments. Well, wink, wink. It won't be next one. It'll be
the
a couple down the.
Yeah,
track.
it'll be coming up. You'll see it anyway.
You just gotta wait.
We'll probably do a review on it once you've been
once
using
you
it
use
for a
it a
while.
few
It's still new, so we're not gonna say whether it's awesome or it's shit.
Yep,
So
but so far so good.
so far so good.
We'll let you know.
But I think that's pretty much it. As for gas, we run 4 kilo bottles for the simple fact that's what fits the best in the boxes on the car. So we ran the same on the van, 2 on each, that way everything's always interchangeable. Off grid, we average a bottle a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
About a week and a half, 2 weeks. That's off grid, so using gas, hot water, gas cooking, gas everything.
We allow 2 bottles a fortnight.
That way,
if
we're doing
100% off.
because if we do a low and slow, like 12 hours cooking, obviously that takes a lot of gas.
Which quite often, at least once a fortnight, we're
doing one of
something
them.
like that.
So
I bake at least once a fortnight of some description.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's a bit of excessive use of gas there
Yeah.
sometimes.
but we love our low and slow. But that's pretty much our cooking gear. If you've got any questions, just leave them below. Hopefully we answered anything people have anyway. But like I said, yes, induction cooktops sound good, but you really need to look into the power consumption and look at what kind of food you cook. Like if you just sear steaks and cook eggs and that all the time, then they're probably fine.
Yeah,
But that's not how we cook. So for us, they're just not viable at all. And like I said, the common misconception about gas is they go out. Well, they go out because you've got the wrong stove. Buy the right stove, buy the right gear,
And it's awesome.
and everything's sweet. So I hope that answered any questions. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on Wednesday.